Shri Jawhar Sircar.
Sir, I had asked for a simple reply as to whether the variable characteristic of renewable energy, as you know, solar energy goes up in spikes and then falls down. As you know, wind energy also has its variations. The renewable energy per se has a strong variability factor, which the minister himself has mentioned. But the answer to my question is no. There is no problem of grid stability. Would the minister like to hold on to the statement which is contradicted by several issues mentioned in his own reply? The reply is unusually big, and there it mentions that generators are going out of grid. So would the minister like to clarify, or would the minister like to stand by such a categorical statement?
Honorable Minister, and both of you happen to be former bureaucrats.
And Mr. Chairman, sir, we also happen to be batchmates. Mr. Chairman, sir, what has been, if my batchmate takes care to read what I have written carefully, he'll find that I have said that that the grid as of today is totally stable. It is true that renewable energy is variable, but there are ways of managing it, and that's what we are doing, and that is why our grid is stable. God forbid, if our grid became unstable because we have one grid connecting the whole country will be aware of it. I mean, did any of the members feel any instability at all in the grid? They would not have. That's because we are managing the variability by a number of methods. Let me just finish. By a number of methods. One way of managing variability, number one, Mr. Chairman, sir, is that we have set up 13 renewable energy management centers, whose sole task is to keep monitoring the generation in various from renewables, especially solar and wind. Solar and wind are the variables in different corners of the country. Now, and then we have hydro, and we have flexibilized our thermal capacities. 5,000 megawatts of thermal capacity has been flexibilized to ramp up and ramp down as per requirement. And they are all on automatic generation control, so that the ramp up and ramp down happens automatically. And that's why you don't see any flickers, despite the fact that you have so much of renewable energy being fed in. So as of now, the grid is totally stable. We are managing the variability. That's the question. That's the answer.
Second supplementary, Shri Jawhar Sircar.
I had asked specifically about renewable energy system-based grid, RES, GTS. I had asked specifically about the health of DISCOMs, which are in a terrible state. Everybody knows that DISCOMs are in a terrible state, but the minister has chosen not to reply to RES, GTS, number
supplementary.
one. And number two, on DISCOMs, he replies to me on GENCOs. I asked for scooters.
Sir, your supplementary.
So my supplementary is, what is his position on the new technology of RES, stable renewable energy grids, and on DISCOMs, the health of which is going through a terrible phase. The DISCOMs are unable to honor their commitment because their bills are delayed. Instead of going in for DISCOMs, he has gone in for GENCOs.
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Chairman, sir, again, I think I'll have to correct my learned colleague, batchmate. Number one, there is no such thing called RES, GGS. There is no such thing as renewable energy source grid connected generation system. There is no such thing. What happens is that renewable energy has inverters. I mean, renewable energy capacities have inverters, and they are fed into the grid, which the dispatch centers manage the variability in conjunction with hydro and thermal. We are also adding storage capacities. So that storage capacity is also something which responds to the variability. Now, as far as the second thing is concerned, as to his question and reply, he says that he had asked a question about the viability of DISCOMs, and the reply talks about something else. Now, I'll just read out the question. Now, his question says whether the very delayed payments are received and passed on by DISCOMs continue to create deep financial difficulties for renewable energy. I have responded to that. I have pointed out that the total outstanding dues of all GENCOs, including renewable energy, was 1,39,000 crores, and that has been brought down by the methods which we have employed, by the rules we have put in place. That has been brought down to about 42,000 crores, from 1,39,000 crores to 42,000 crores, and that's legacy dues. The current dues are played totally up to date. So that's responding to his question. Now, he wants to know about the health of the DISCOMs. I'm happy to inform him and the learned House that the health of the DISCOMs has improved tremendously under this government. In 2014, the AT&C losses of DISCOMs was 27%, Mr. Chairman said. Today, it's 15.41%. So that's the indicator of the health of the DISCOMs, how it has improved. Thank you.
Siri, one second, Mr. Sircar, 1 second. The two batchmates may interact over a cup of coffee. Sri Karthike.